Elon Musk really needs no introduction. He's one of the world's most recognized business leaders and visionaries. Elon has built a brand for himself that would have most celebrities and businesses turning green with envy. His social media presence is worthy of emulation by anyone seeking to understand digital branding, and as his recent flamethrower saga attests, he has the legion of fans and a fair number of detractors who follow his every move with rapt attention. As the CEO of two of the world's most talked about companies, SpaceX and Tesla, and widely recognized as a man to watch for his vision, passion, and success, Elon Musk spends a lot of time in the public eye. As such, everything in his life is up for public scrutiny. However, beyond the world of business, Elon is also a loving father, a big geek, and well known around the entertainment circuits. Today we're going to be talking about the 10 things you didn't know about Elon Musk. Make sure you stay until the end so you don't miss out on any exciting info about the tech genius. Let's get started. Number 1. The character of Tony Stark in Iron Man is influenced by Elon Musk. Iron Man director Jon Favreau and its star Robert Downey Jr. were developing the Tony Stark character for the film Iron Man, when Robert Downey Jr. suggested that they meet Elon Musk. Favreau said, "Elon Musk makes no sense, and that's the reason I know him. When I was trying to bring the character of genius billionaire Tony Stark to the big screen in Iron Man, I had no idea how to make him seem real." Robert Downey Jr. said, "We need to sit down with Elon Musk." After the meeting, they decided to use Elon Musk as inspiration in their portrayal of Tony Stark on screen. And for Iron Man 2, the Tesla CEO made an on-screen cameo appearance and allowed some of the filming to occur at SpaceX. Favreau said after the initial sit-down for Iron Man, he stayed friends with Elon Musk. Iron Man 2, we filmed at SpaceX, he said. He let us film there for free. He's been a very good friend of the Marvel family there, and we've maintained a relationship with him. Number 2, he owns Wet Nelly. A submarine car isn't totally out of the question for Tesla, Elon Musk says. In response to a question about whether the company would ever look into developing an aquatic car during the company's annual shareholders meeting on Tuesday, Musk chuckled and said, "Funny you should mention that. We do have a design for a submarine car like the one from The Spy Who Loved Me." Musk was referring to the 1976 Lotus Esprit, which turned into an amphibious car and was driven on land and underwater in the 1977 James Bond film. "I thought it looked like the coolest thing I had ever seen in a movie," Musk said, adding that he also owns this car. He reportedly bought the Lotus for around $997,000 at an auction in London in 2013. It was amazing as a little kid in South Africa to watch James Bond in The Spy Who Loved Me drive his Lotus Esprit off a pier, press a button, and have it transform into a submarine underwater. He said in a statement in 2013, "I was disappointed to learn that it couldn't actually transform. What I'm going to do is upgrade it with a Tesla electric powertrain and try and make it transform for real." Musk said on Tuesday that it would be possible to create a functioning version of this vehicle, though it would be difficult to do so. "Maybe we'll make one a show car at some point. That would be fun," he said. "I think the market for this would be really small. Small but enthusiastic," he added. Number 3. He taught himself coding. Elon Musk is a man of many talents. Not only is he the head of companies like Tesla and SpaceX, but he also graduated with 2 bachelor degrees, one in economics and one in physics. So we know he's smart, but can Elon Musk code? Elon Musk taught himself how to code and created his very first video game when he was 10 years old. He then went on to sell it 2 years later for $500. How was he able to teach himself coding? Well, after he read through the entire encyclopedia when he was 9 and had even more time to play video games he loved, not only is it impressive that a 10-year-old self-taught himself coding, but this is a 10-year-old who taught himself coding in 1981. Thinking about that for a minute, he taught himself how to code a dozen years before the World Wide Web existed, and 2 years prior to IP being adopted. We have to say, it comes as no surprise from a man with an IQ of around 155 that Musk went on to finish school and then received 2 bachelor's degrees. He'd received a scholarship to attend Stanford, but after 2 days, before even attending any classes, he asked to be deferred so that he and his brother could start up a software company, Zip2. He continued to grow his programming and coding skills. He and his brother went on to sell Zip for $307 million, and then he was on his next venture. After Zip2, he created an online bank, which he called X.com. It was this company that would then move forward and acquire Confinity and turn the merged companies into PayPal. He's continued to use his knowledge and expertise with both Tesla and SpaceX, oftentimes working on the floor level with the designers and engineers of each of the companies. He's a very hands-on worker and still enjoys seeing what he can come up with. Number 4. He once had a 6-figure debt. Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, said he once ended up with a six-figure debt in student loans after college, in a series of tweets about his education and backstory. He opened up about these years of living in debt in response to a few Twitter users claiming Musk's father owned an emerald mine to pay for his privileged upbringing and education. "That's not true," Musk said. "This is a pretty awful lie," Musk tweeted on December 28th. "He didn't own an emerald mine, and I worked my way through college, ending up about $100,000 in student debt. I couldn't even afford a second PC at Zip2, so programmed at night and website only worked during the day. Where is this BS coming from?" he tweeted. "I left South Africa by myself when I was 17 with just a backpack and a suitcase of books. Worked on my mum's cousin's farm in Saskatchewan and a lumber mill in Vancouver. Went to Queen's University with scholarship and debt, then same to UPenn or Wharton and Stanford." Soon after Musk left for Canada, his mother, May, moved to Canada too, along with Musk's brother, Kimball, and sister, Tosca, according to the book Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and the Quest for a Fantastic Future by Ashley Vance. May was born in Canada and already had citizenship when she passed on to Musk and his siblings. Musk's parents were divorced for most of his life. His father, Errol, an engineer, married May when she was 22, and Musk was born shortly after. Errol and May divorced about 9 years later. Errol owned one of the largest homes in Pretoria, South Africa, and took his children on many trips overseas, according to the book. Musk and Kimball lived with Errol for a while, but their relationship is complicated. Musk enrolled at Queen's University in Ontario, Canada in 1989. He transferred to the University of Pennsylvania on scholarship in 1992 and graduated in 1997. After graduating, he founded his first startup, a city guide software company called Zip2. Number 5. He's not the actual founder of Tesla. Although Musk is the CEO of Tesla Motors, he's not actually the founder of the company. The company was founded in July 2003 by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, although the company now considers Elon, JB Straubel, and Ian Wright as co-founders. Musk did not join the Tesla board of directors until 1 year later when he led the Series A round of funding in 2004. Also, he provided a large share of the $7.5 million round through personal funds. Elon then became the controlling investor in Tesla. He would eventually become the CEO in October 2008 after a succession of changes in top management. Number 6. He dropped out of Stanford. Elon dropped out of a PhD at Stanford University after attending it for just 2 days, to cash in on the internet boom of the 90s. This was followed with the setting up of his first company, Zip2, a provider of maps and business directories for online newspapers that he sold in 1999 for $307 million, becoming a millionaire at age 28. Number 7. His marital life. He has been married twice and has 6 sons, including 1 set of twins and 1 set of triplets, who he shares custody of with his first wife, Justine Wilson. Elon's 5 children and 15 other kids of SpaceX employees go to a private school he has set up in a mansion in California. The school is called Ad Astra. His son, Nevada, had an unfortunate demise at the age of 10 weeks only due to sudden infant death syndrome. Number 8. He personally interviews his employees. Elon has a relatively simple policy to guide hiring at SpaceX: no assholes. He personally interviews every new hire at the company, and one of the things he looks for in candidates is how easy they are to work with. According to Elon, this is one of the most important factors in creating a strong team of the right people. Number 9. He earns a modest salary as the CEO of Tesla. Musk is worth a reported $22 billion, but the official salary he currently receives from Tesla is far more modest. The CEO only earns around $370,000 per year, but Musk is also the CEO of SpaceX, which is privately held. If Musk had things his way, he says, he'd choose not to take a salary at all. But because California law prohibits him from earning less than minimum wage, he still draws a token salary, according to the Times. The CEO can choose not to spend the money, however. "I don't cash it," he told the Times. "It just ends up accumulating in a Tesla bank account somewhere." Number 10. He had a terrible childhood. Elon Musk has described his childhood at home and at school as terrible and non-stop horrible. He and his brother were occasionally lectured for hours by their father, and he was regularly... There's no denying that 2020 has been one long ride. Some companies have liquidated their assets while other companies have recorded steady losses, or even taken on loans to stay afloat. However, the same cannot be said for Elon Musk's company Tesla. Despite the coronavirus lockdown and the economic standstill of several nations around the world, Tesla has recorded improved third-quarter sales. During the period of the pandemic, Elon Musk tripled his net worth, making him worth over $84 billion, and is now the third richest person in the world, surpassing Mark Zuckerberg. Let's take a look at how his Q3 sales and profits happened. Stay with us until the end of this video to get all of the information on Tesla and Elon Musk. Elon Musk made more money than any other billionaire during the coronavirus lockdown. Between March 18th and August 13th, Elon made over $48 billion, which increased his net worth by over 197%. He was easily the billionaire who made the most money during this period. As most people already know, Elon Musk is a very hardworking individual, and quite a strange person. In May, he named his child XAEA12. I hope I'm saying that right. As if this wasn't strange enough, when asked what he wanted for his 48th birthday, he said he would be improving the logistics of Tesla. This brings us to the next fact that you may not know about the CEO. Despite his 2020 earnings and the success of Tesla, Musk has not gotten a single dollar from the company. Every year, Musk refused to be a part of his $56,000 minimum salary. He also refuses to take bonuses, stock until the company is worth billions of dollars. This might seem unreal, but it could happen. Today, Tesla is the second most valuable car company worldwide, coming after Toyota. If this becomes a reality, Musk could well become one of the richest men in the world, outranking the current holder, Jeff Bezos. Until then, however, let's see how both billionaires fare. It's November, and several companies have made public their performance in the third quarter. Tesla is one of them. As expected, the company made an incredible profit. However, these profits surpassed the expectations of experts and financial bodies. First, the company doubled down on its promise to deliver more than 500,000 vehicles in 2020 in spite of the COVID-19 pandemic. In the after-hours trading, the shares of Tesla increased by 4%, making a possible stock run-up of 400% for that year. Now, the Q3 revenue of Tesla had hoped to be $8.26 billion. However, at the end of the third quarter section, the company had recorded revenue of $8.77 billion. On the other, the adjusted earnings per share were at 76 cents, while they had been estimated to be 54 cents. The company's net income was also $394 million, as against the predicted $331 million. Of the company's revenue, $7.6 billion is comprised of automotive, which represents more than 90% of the company's total revenue. The gross margins for the automotive moved from 18.7% to 23.7% sequentially. In regulatory credits in the third quarter, the company ranked in a total of $397 million, which was double the amount that they had made from these in the past few years. Also, Tesla announced that its operating expenses increased by 33% from the last quarter. The reason behind this is simple. The company is building new factories in Austin, Texas, Brandenburg, and most notably Berlin, Germany. Before the results of the third quarter were announced, Tesla had made an announcement that they have sold over 139 cars in the last 3 months to September. This signified an increase of over 40% when compared to the year before. What's more is that Tesla has announced that it will surely hit 500,000 sales before the end of the year. Is that even possible? That means that the company would have to sell over 180,000 vehicles in the last quarter of the year. We should also remember that the coronavirus lockdown is still very much in the air, with countries like England planning another total lockdown. But Elon Musk is positive that this is very much possible. He's also further reiterated that Tesla is ready to produce and deliver 500,000 vehicles before the year runs out. In a recent report, the company said, while achieving this goal has become more difficult, delivering 500,000 vehicles in 2020 remains our target. Achieving this target depends primarily on quarter-over-quarter increases in Model Y and Shanghai production, as well as further improvements in logistics and delivery efficiency at higher volume levels. Model 3 is one of the most affordable Tesla cars, and the Model Y are the two vehicles which were majorly ordered for the third quarter. The Model S and X, which are more expensive, saw a decline of more than 12% in the last year. In a bid to improve demand, Tesla has repeatedly slashed the prices of its higher-end models. The Model S, one of the most expensive Tesla vehicles, was slashed twice last week to $69,420. In its Shanghai Gigafactory, Tesla has also been speeding up production and deliveries to meet up the global demand. Of course, this has worked in making the company one of the most valuable automotive hubs in the world. It has also ramped up as a major hub for electric vehicles. This has also caused positive sales growth in China, where the overall sales have climbed 13% in 6 straight months. While Tesla is known for not delivering cars according to region, Dan Ives of Wedbush has a reason for the sudden demand growth in China. He said that this was because China had seen the linchpin to the global Tesla demand picture. The Model 3 demand in China has been insane, and there are also indications that this is only going to get better. Just this year, Tesla has announced that the production capacity of the Model 3 has increased to an astounding 250,000 units each year. Before, the company had a 150,000 annual run rate after the initial plan it came up with in December 2019. Interestingly, the company has also announced a plan to open its second overseas factory in Berlin. But earlier this year, Tesla told the world that they had gone beyond plans. Construction was progressing rapidly. What's even more fascinating is the fact that production will start in Berlin as early as 2021. Of course, Musk had something to say about these factories that are in construction. I should make a point that for Berlin and Austin, we do expect to start delivering cars from those factories next year, but because of the exponential nature of the spool-up of manufacturing plants, especially one with new technology, will start off very slow first and then become very large. Despite the optimism, he however cautioned investors that it might still take a while before these factories hit full capacity. According to his estimations, it might take a total of 12 to 24 months after the operation before they can become the real deal. We can only hope that production in Berlin will still start in 2021. As regards to the Cybertruck, Musk believes that some of the deliveries of the truck will be made by the end of 2021, if everything goes according to plan. You might remember the Cybertrucks as the vehicle which looks like a trapezoid, only it's metal. Even though the car has been unveiled since the 21st of November 2019, we still haven't seen the thousands of productions that Elon Musk boasted about. When asked about the Cybertruck, Musk said he expects some deliveries of the truck, which resembles a large metal trapezoid, to begin by the end of 2021 if things go well. The Cybertruck was unveiled on November 21st, 2019. Musk boasted that the Tesla received hundreds of thousands of pre-orders for the vehicle shortly after its debut. Now, let's go back to the third quarter profit of Tesla. Zachary Kirkhorn, the CFO of Tesla, has acknowledged a place of regulatory credit sales in helping the results of the third quarter. He says the regulatory credits business was stronger than our expectations. We are tracking to more than double this year compared to last. In 2021 and 2022, Kirkhorn has said that the company intends to spend more than it has said it will. They are looking at $2.5 billion, which will be spent mostly on new factories and expansion purposes. In the past 9 months, the company has raised an astonishing sum of $7 billion. Despite the same quarter, the company completed a 5-for-1 stock split. What does this mean? When a company splits its stocks, it does not mean that the value of the company changes. It means that smaller investors can easily buy the stocks of the company. In other news, the company, in an at-the-market offering, completed the sale of its common stock, which was a figure of $5 billion. But the CFO, Kirkhorn, has also noticed that it might take a while before payments on upcoming capital expenditures in Shanghai kick off. How can we not talk about Tesla's Battery Day and not mention its effects on the result of the third quarter? This event laid the catalyst for the company's venture into marketing its own tabless batteries. These batteries are necessary to improve the range and power of their electric cars, while also aid the launching of its $25,000 vehicle. At the event, one of the biggest announcements was the fact that the company was moving towards completely eliminating the use of cobalt in its batteries. Even before now, the company had used very little in its batteries. But with the violation of human rights commonly associated with the mining of cobalt and the use of children workers, it has become even more controversial to use them. Elon Musk has pushed for other materials. However, he did not give a specific date as to when the company would stop using cobalt. But whatever options Tesla will go for will be significantly cheaper than cobalt. It's absolutely critical that we make cars that people can actually afford, he said. Affordability is key to how we scale. Furthermore, Elon Musk mentioned that there will be a new plate powertrain for the Model S. This will give the electric car speed which will reach 200 miles per hour. At the end of the day, there is more than enough proof that Tesla would make more profit in the coming quarter. We should also hope that the coronavirus pandemic will have blown over in 2021, and more people will be equipped to buy Tesla cars. You might be an avid fan of the Tesla investor and CEO Elon Musk, but there's a chance you didn't hear about the fact that he was fired as the chairman of Tesla. Today we're going to be sharing with you everything you need to know about his stepping down as chairman of the tech company. Make sure you stay until the end, as you don't want to miss out on this information. Elon Musk is the man behind SpaceX, Tesla, and The Boring Company. He is also co-founder of Neuralink and OpenAI. There is no doubt that he is one of the most influential in the world of technology, and space too. Musk has championed various visits to space in the last few years, and his various achievements are bound to hit something very big soon. Perhaps humans will be on Mars sooner than we expected. Aside from being a technology magnate, Elon Musk is one of the richest individuals in the world. Currently worth over $93.3 billion, he is the 5th richest person in the world as of September 2020. He's also the longest serving CEO of an automotive manufacturing company in the world. Furthermore, the inventions of SpaceX and Tesla over the years have redefined the boundaries of what is possible and what is not. With the emergence of new generation of electric cars, the sky has to be the starting point for Musk. Elon Musk announced back in 2016 that he would like to invent a high-speed transportation system, the Hyperloop. This proposed transportation system will use reduced air pressure tubes and run from Los Angeles to San Francisco and vice versa. Passengers will be transported through pods that will shoot out of the air. Even though this sounds like something out of a movie, and maybe impractical, Elon has made the first steps in making this a reality. His company SpaceX hosted design competitions, and production dates have also been announced. But it's not about the inventions and innovations. You can hardly ignore the business side of running a tech and automotive company. As you already know, Elon is a huge social media user. Twitter, where he has over 39 million followers, he shares his thoughts every now and then, and sometimes he just takes it too far. One such time is his tweet that his company Tesla will be returned to a private company. Going private is nothing new or special, but the market is filled with millions who own shares with Tesla. Hence, at that moment, thousands would have made the decision to sell their shares. When it was finally revealed that the statement was false, the move of selling shares would have proved to be financially unwise. That is exactly how misleading the tweet was. Going private means that the company has decided to become its own boss. It will no longer need approvals from a board or stakeholders before it takes fundamental decision. It will no longer need to get the general go-ahead of investors before it does what it wants. Of course, Dell didn't do this when it was successful, and it does not immediately suggest that Tesla would have the same success. However, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, were not enjoying the joke as much as Elon Musk did. He was immediately fined a fee of $40 million. In addition to this, he will split the bill into two, which means he covers one while Tesla covers the other half. He also has to resign as the chairman of the board in less than 60 days. The penalty requires the company to have an independent chairman for at least 3 years. Of course, he did this and he now only serves as the CEO of the company. But the fight between Elon Musk and the SEC didn't start when the tweet surfaced on Twitter. Before this time, the SEC has accused the CEO of fraud, and they have reportedly tried to remove him from all executive roles at the electric car company. Having failed a number of times, the tweet was a perfect opportunity to utilize. However, losing that position isn't entirely an unfortunate event. This is because he still serves as the CEO of the company, and this means he still has a direct role to play in the company. In fact, being the CEO offers him the chance to put all his efforts into focusing on the company, and all of his other technological interests. But one thing is, he now has to report to the chairman of the board, Robin Denholm, who now has the difficult task of overseeing the activities of the tech billionaire. Now we all have to agree that the punishment was a far cry from what he actually deserved. First and foremost, the statement, as simple as it was, put the company and its stocks on an entirely new pedestal. This was a huge fluctuation in the value of the stock as soon as the statement was taken back, but that has already done the damage. This is because it is misleading, and investors who acted on the tweet would have made nothing but losses. Quite lucky that he got nothing more than a removal as the chairman and a $40 million fine. Nevertheless, investors have differed on their opinions on the subject. While some believed it was nothing more than a stunt gone wrong, others believed Elon had a better understanding of his actions and should have been given stricter penalties for his actions. This is not the first time Elon Musk is making important announcements on his Twitter page. He also once called a British cave explorer a pedo guy. This led to a court case where the involved party sued Elon for defamation of character. At the end of the day, the case was won by Elon Musk. Here's where it gets a bit crazy. Elon Musk's lawyers claimed that he had said things on Twitter and that those should not be taken too seriously. They argued that Twitter is infamous for invective and hyperbole. Why then should an individual get angry that his name is being soiled on a space where words aren't worth anything? In essence, the argument pushed forward the notion that Twitter is a place for opinions, not facts. But this raises an even bigger question. If the words of Elon Musk on Twitter aren't to be taken seriously, should we then disregard his announcements and innovations about Tesla and SpaceX as they appear on Twitter? Or was that simply a trick to win the court case? Whenever it was, Elon Musk has done it again, and this time its consequences might be more drastic than we initially thought. Earlier this year, Elon Musk tweeted that the stock prices of Tesla are too high in his opinion. Just after he said that, the stock of the company suffered a 10% dip towards the end of the day. This is weird and curious for so many reasons, but the most important is the fact that it came from the CEO of the company. Also important is the fact that Elon tweeted about a cursing unicorn with a US flag, and promptly deleted it. This also made mentions of ridding himself of all his material possessions. Yes, you heard that right, a man worth over $93 billion is willing to let go of it all. Well, we aren't so sure anymore since he deleted the tweets in less than 48 hours. As earlier mentioned, Elon Musk has had an encounter with the SEC which resulted in a fine and his removal as the chairman. This was because he made tweets about the company, and to settle this, it was declared that every of his tweets should be reviewed by the lawyers of the company before they're made public. But the tweet didn't entirely bring negative reviews to the automotive company. In the first 3 months of the year, the company recorded a surprise profit in spite of the growing COVID-19 concerns. In spite of this, experts believe that this could have an adverse effect on the reputation of the company, its stocks, and even investors in the short run. Not many CEOs have the boldness to say something of this nature about their own company. On the other side, this could cause another exchange with the SEC. But why would it? First, this is a statement of opinion, as he stated in the tweet. It is therefore not logical for the SEC to call this a fraudulent act. Fortunately, till this date, the SEC has remained silent on the subject, as it should be. But another group has disagreed completely. They believe that since Elon Musk knows everything about his company, more than anyone else in fact, he's making this sort of tweet to affect how the stocks behave in the market. It should be noted that this kind of tweet could force investors to buy or sell, depending on how they interpret the tweet. Either way, it could be misleading, and these guys think that it should not be put up in the first place. The real problem is, however, going to occur if investors find out that there has been underground trading activities, such as stock buybacks. If this is true, then this could be the end of Tesla as we know it. But come on, Elon, how could he quickly forget the $20 million he had to pay for a tweet posted in 2016? How could he forget that this made him lose his chairman position in a company that he started? Also, the SEC has had another clash with Musk when the body claimed that the CEO misled the public over the number of cars that the company would make in 2019. After a few hours, Elon Musk came forward to correct the tweet. In a wild twist of events, the lawyers of Tesla said that the original tweet had not been approved before it was posted on Twitter. Afterwards, Musk was held in contempt by the court on the orders of the SEC. Now, whenever Musk wants to make a tweet about the company's products, delivery numbers, sales, stocks, or the general financial state, he has to seek the approval of Tesla's lawyers. That's quite a huge limitation on a man as influential as Elon Musk, in my opinion. On Twitter, followers and even Elon Musk himself have asked that people be given back their freedom. His freedom in this scenario. Whatever his past offenses are, according to the SEC, Elon Musk is not about to bow down to their rules. And about the fact that he would not own any more houses or material wealth. Let's just see how far he can push forward with that agenda. We should also not forget about the fact that he said his girlfriend was angry with him at the time of the tweet. This was also when he made announcements about the birth of his child. He might be an outlaw to the SEC, but Elon Musk is the CEO we all want to be like, the real-life Iron Man. We can only wait for the outer world inventions coming our way. While you're here, go ahead and click on one of these two videos on your screen. See you there!